What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Today's video, we will be going over the new banner that was released last night, which was Wonder Acute, and we also did get support cards, which I think was Mihono Bourbon. So we'll be going over that in this video, and then after we'll be going over the comments, and that would be the video. Nice and simple. So before we do jump into the comments, well, we'll jump into the comments after we jump into the new banner, and go over the Wonder Acute and take a quick look of the Mihono Bourbon. But before we do that, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest. For those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join, y'all are free to join the circle that I am in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. Then after that, head over to the comment section or the circle request channel on the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, I did wait till like probably the last possible moment I can for if I'm gonna be honest, I have been waiting for Game Tora, but for some odd reason, surprisingly, with about 2 hours left before I have to get this video uploaded, the Game Tora has not updated, so that kind of surprises me, because usually the latest they get updated would usually be for like the story events, and it'll usually be up by like 5 in the morning. Like this will be like the latest, but this time it didn't. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll just do my best for you guys. But obviously it's Wonder Acute, so it's gonna be dirt. But here we are, Wonder Acute at level 1 dirt training. That's what I meant to say. Level 1 3-star, 87 speed, 86 stamina, 97 power, 92 guts, and 82 wise. Level 5 5-star, 107 speed, 105 stamina, 119 power, 112 guts, and 107 wise. For her aptitudes, she is a dirt runner. Medium long, I say medium long distance, medium mild distance, can do short distance. It's just weird to me that there's long distance, because is there even a long distance race for dirt? Is there? There isn't. I just checked. So it's kind of interesting to see that she has some kind of aptitude towards long distance, being an E and it's not an F or a G, even though it doesn't seem like she's ever going to be in a long distance race unless you switch her to turf, which you can. Although G is like the hardest of the hardest to pause to and like get to an A or an S. I've tried it. Usually it never goes well, so like my cutoff to do it is like, I think an E is fine. E should be fine, because I know I've done an E. Because I believe Kita has an E in short distance, and I was using her for short distance, so... Oh, I could use her for short distance. But as for her positions, looks like just a leader, but you can use her as a runner or a betweener if you so choose to. She's like pretty much all around aptitude if you want to use it for a specific aptitude, but if you want to use it for turf, that's going to be the hardest one to bring up. And for her growth rate, 10%. Oh, what happened there? 10% on stamina, power, and guts. Now going over the skills, starting with the unique skill. Quick sec here. Something's a little... Trying to fix my my browser window. Okay, that should be good. That should be it. There we go. So unique skill, the Japanese spirit of the bath keeper. I guess that makes sense with the onsen scenario. If you are in third place or later at the beginning of the middle of the race, and a horse girl is right in front or behind you for a long time, you will move forward for a while. And if it is a dirt race, you will continue to move forward. So soon keep speeding up. Not bad. Not bad, I'd say. Third place or later at the beginning of the middle race. And if there's a horse girl right in front, behind, or behind you for a long time. That kind of reminds me of like some other skills that have that also. Whereas like you've been behind a Uma for like 3 seconds or more, something like that. I think it was something like that. Not bad, not bad. Her initial skills, starting off with sandbathing. If you place it, if you are just behind the horse girl in front of you, your speed will slightly increase. I don't know, it is weird. It's either that, or if you place it just behind the Musume in front of you, the speed will increase slightly. I'm just if you place it behind, that's a little weird. But it's for dirt races, and your speed will increase if you've been behind a horse girl in front of you. I'm assuming that's what I mean by sandbathing as well. That means you've been behind, you've been sandbathing in dirt, pretty much. Whatever. Next one is thundering footsteps. Overtake or compete in the final sprint and get slightly ahead for dirt races. Without stagnation for leader and betweeners. Speed increases slightly in the middle of the race. And then now going over the awakening skills with starting with level 2. We have bite. When trying to overtake in the latter half of the race, the speed increases slightly for leaders and betweeners. At level 3, we have earthquake. Overtake or compete in the final sprint to get ahead for dirt. Level 4, we have devotion. Speed increases slightly during the final sprint for dirt. And then at level 5, we have Yukumo Ryusu. For leader betweener. Speed increases in the middle of the race. And then for the evolution skills, we go from earthquake into a thundering fountain. When overtaking or competing in the final sprint, you will come out ahead. Actually, I don't even know the conditions, if I'm going to be honest. Let me see if I could find the conditions real quick. Well, condition 1, I haven't found it, but just looking at it. Condition 1, win 3 G1 races, 3 dirt G1 races, and for the second one, have at least 800 power. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna go with what I hopefully I'm getting it correctly. So once again, condition 1, win 3 G1 dirt races, On condition 2, get 800 or more power stat. That is a Thundering Fountain from Earthquake. And then Yukumo Ryusui into Leave It to the Wind, Leave It to the Hot Water. Speed increases dramatically in the middle of the race. In dirt races, if you have enough guts, your speed will increase dramatically for leaders and tweeners. Ooh, guts involved. And then for the conditions, condition 1, have 600 or more guts. And then condition 2, either have 2 or more leader skills or 2 or more betweener skills. So, and that would be the evolution skills, and I guess pretty much Wonder Acute as a whole, or this Wonder Acute. Hopefully I did get those the conditions correct, but it's pretty obvious once you get to know the symbols and all that. So like the specific symbols of the stats and all that, you should be able to pick it up along the way. That's pretty much how it's been for me since the beginning. But let's go take a quick look at the Mihono Bourbon. But wait, Wonder Acute. I mean, if you need dirt Umas, obviously I need dirt Uma, a dirt Uma that actually, I don't know, maybe I just don't do well with dirt Umas, but maybe I just need a dirt Uma that does well for me. Maybe it has to be a chaser. I don't know. I don't know, but let's take a quick look at this Mihono Bourbon card real quick. I'm assuming this is the like, I don't know. Like how there was Tamamo for the last scenario, we have this one. Well, no, we had Teo in comparison to that. So I guess we just have another in. This is just for runners, is basically, I should just say that, huh? But yeah, literally a power runner card. Can't really say anything from that. The groundworks right here is perfect. Runners corners, runners straights. Yeah, I'd say if you want a runner power card, I think this would be the one. Because I think it's been a while since they've given us a power card for runners, I'd say. Who even was it for leaders? Oh, it was Same Sky last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it had to be that Same Sky one. So this would be our new runner power card from what it seems like. But with that being said, I mean, if you like Wonder Acute or you really need dirt specific Umas, because either you don't have any or you don't want to use turf Umas that can run in dirt. I don't know what other reasons, but any of those reasons, then pull for Wonder Acute. For the card, well, obviously, if you want a power card that's focused on runners, well, there you go. There you go. Other than that, that is going to be pretty much it for this main part of the video, because we're done with the banner overview. I nearly said banana for some reason. I'm not going to be pulling for this, and since I already went pulling for the new scenario card and all that, I don't think I'll be pulling for the Mihono Bourbon card, especially with New Year's banner coming up next month, and then after next month, well, next month as in like during New Year's, literally. And then after that, we have the anniversary. So this, around this time of the year for Uma, I'm usually quieter than normal unless they release quieter as in I don't do much pulls. But as a whole, I haven't really done much. I've done a lot of pulls like the last 2 years. So regardless, it's around this time around. I shouldn't expect to be pulling. I shouldn't, because with the upcoming stuff that I just mentioned. But with that being said, guys, that's gonna be it for the main part of the video. If you guys do want to stick around for the comments as I go around, I'll go over them. I don't know why I say I wanted to say along them, around them. I don't know. But before I go over them, if you guys do want me to go over your comments in the future videos, just leave a comment down below, and as long as appropriate, I'll go over it. If it doesn't make it in the next video, I'll most likely try to squeeze it into the next video. But if it's a little too far or anything like that, I'll most likely, like if it's a real old video, I most likely won't go over in the next video, because I'm like, oh, it's from the old video, so I most likely won't do it. But yeah, I totally understand if you guys don't want to stick around while I go over the comments, because you probably didn't leave a comment yourself. But like I said, if you want me to go over your comment in the next video, just leave it down in the comment section down below, and as long as appropriate, I'll go over it. So yeah, let me just get the comments loaded up real quick, and I will go over it. But before we do go over the comments, I also want to thank those who stuck around just for the banner part, and just want to thank those guys for dropping by the video. But with that being said, let's get started with the comments. All right, so now we are going to be going over the comments. First comments we'll be going over is going to be from Tanoki. And the first one from Tanoki says, still just slowing making League of Heroes parents. I guess we're all probably in the same boat. Since it's a new scenario, we're all just trying to figure something out. Or just figure things out. So I think I have okay parents. Not the best, but well, yeah, not the best, but for dirt, for what I have, it'll work. It'll work, but I still need to get myself back into the UBs, as in where I was, at least. If not, find my way to get to the UA, the low UA. So basically, the slight improvement prior to League of Heroes, but right now it's more or less still looking about the same. Loa responded back saying, slowly getting back into the UMA grind. Every new scenario always brings me a week or two of downtime when I'm just waiting for a guide, or the fact that I hate changes do put me off UMA a bit. Well, I'll come around eventually, like I always do. I think changes in video games are okay after a while. It kind of keeps it fresh, because if it's like the same thing as in the same scenario for forever, I think if it was lasted forever, like a year per scenario, it would have sucked. So 6 months I think was actually probably perfect. Doing it twice a year. 4 is all right. 4 is all right. But like we've said in the past, I think 4 is just the sweet spot. Like now the actual sweet spot. Any more, well, if you go back more to any faster, well, the game will be screwed. If it's slower, then we'll pretty much just go back to how it was in the past, but I doubt they'll do that. So any faster, I don't think the game will last. Continue on with Tanoki's comments. End of scenario banner, free pulls at 200 pulls, 1 LB Teo and no scenario card. Tough decision, but I pulled proper. 400 pulls, 3 LB Teo and no scenario. Sparktail MLB Teo and 0LB scenario. Not ideal, but exactly what I needed minimum. And then new Power Bourbon is spicy, replaces both Speed Falco and Power Nichino Tamamo. Also good for me because now people are gonna have to debate Powered Bourbon or Guts Transcend. Depends. It depends what they think is more beneficial to them, I would say, then. At least at this point. As for your pulls, unfortunate that you went that far. To... I'm assuming you went that far to get the scenario card at the very least. And in the process, MLB Teo. It's weird because in comparison to like Nova's pulls, we're just here like, But it is what it is. It isn't ideal, but if you got what you need, then you got what you need. Still unfortunate you to go that far. If that was the reason why you went that far, was for the scenario card. But with that being said, that's going to be it from Tanoki. Thank you, Tanoki, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comments are going to be from Nova. Need more club points as always. We got to B once, and that was surprising. I think we can make it back to B. I think we can. With Pokemon, I was surprised that my rank went from U to F in one battle. I legit thought I'd had to grind out all the alphabets. I thought the same. Honestly speaking, I kind of wanted it that way. I mean, it made sense. The game is called ZA Royale. I had to go from rank Z to A. Pretty much skipped like what, more than half, if not half at the very least, of the alphabet there. In my personal opinion, missed opportunity to possibly add more content to the story, or add more to the story, or anything really, just to make the game a little bit more longer. Yeah, at least that's what I would think. So I guess Danganronpa 2 is getting a remake next year. I guess that's another game I can play for Switch too. I do miss the IP very much. Well, at least your Switch 2 will get some kind of use. Since we figured out that there isn't much Switch games that you are looking forward to besides Fire Emblem. So at least there's something. At least there's something. If Global gets auto for Ment, then I would like to see how that goes. I don't know. I don't know anything about Global News. I hear it like whenever I hear it. Or whenever I see it. But I think they will get auto earlier, I think. I don't know. For sure they're getting some quality of life, but I don't know if auto is part of that. I don't know what quality of life they're getting. The rate of obtaining shards could use a bit more work, not gonna lie. I agree. It's a very, very slow income. I'd get that it's a free copy, but very, very slow, to the point where I am saving them like real diamonds. True, because it's like, which card do I want to use it on this time? Or do I use it on this card or that card? Excuse me, that I've been holding on to. So yeah, I agree. Maybe... I'm pretty sure they did this already, because I feel like early on it was obviously more rare to get or slower to accumulate. And then they obviously added it to probably like a few events so we can get it, including monthly, that one free copy, the shard, right? And then wherever else we can get the shards. So in my opinion, maybe a few more free ways to get it, like 1 or 2 more ways. Other than that, I'm just here. It don't matter. Oh, I got a third 5-star yesterday for Cesian Maylin. I think that's her name, and I think she's good for Passion Team. I don't know teams. I guess we'll need more characters for more teams anyways. Makes sense. Level 40, I heard, is when the game pops off. I'm chilling at level 39. The werewolf dude is ranked tier 0 in the DPS department, but I'm like, furry dude. I already have Lycon. Speaking about CZN, I did finally get my account probably, I think the same day, Friday. I think Friday, if not Saturday morning. Ended off with Renoa, and forgot what was the name of that chick, because I forgot her name. It was Shielder, I think. I think it was a Shielder. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But besides the other one, I'm using, what was her name? Mika as my support. And then I think her name was like Magna or something for the Shielder or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much the team I am running at the moment. I don't have a third 5-star, but I literally just started. Well, I do have to build Lycon as well for Yidari. So working on that. Plus, I need to farm. I'm running low on a lot. Money, experience, and all that. So I need to kind of farm a lot. Cesian's a bit of a moot point. I'm not concerned about the gacha, but it's about the direction of the game. They are remaking a lot of aspects, and I'm not sure if they will succeed or fail. There are snippets of EOS signs, and I just don't trust it yet. Getting the monthly and battle pass should be good for now. Well, I mean, if there's gonna be a lot of things remade or all that, that's already like, ooh, or like a warning, or like, oh. That means people are pretty not happy, which means they have to make changes, and if these changes don't work out, well, damn. It will lead to EOS, right? Especially if people's not happy. But we'll see. We'll see. I got my account. I'm just gonna do what I can. And then, oh no, reverse. Well, it is what it is. Still barely living. I guess I'm just glad it survived longer than Ethereum Restart and HBR. I want to say barely living. Just because I don't give it full attention, or the amount of attention equal to or about to the other games, it doesn't mean it's barely living. It's just more like, it's kind of like the middle child who doesn't get the attention, pretty much. I don't know why that reminded me of Malcolm in the Middle. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Although I think that pretty much. I mean, I think it was obvious where my age was around, but I think that kind of dated me. Malcolm in the Middle. I haven't said that in like forever. But yeah, it's kind of just like the middle child. Like it's doing fine. It's just I just don't give it the attention that I could give it. To be frank, Reverse is not a hard gotcha at all. I just like the story more than usual. I'd argue some of the chapters are better written than Zenless. I don't read every event story though, just the main lore. Well, two different stories, two different approaches, two different themes. So take it however you want it, how you want to. No, it's not a hard gotcha. It's just, like I said, it just went to the point where even though I don't spend extra time or more time than I should in Reverse, I have no problems with the game. I have no problems with the game. And then I probably only spent 5 minutes on Reverse daily unless the reset for their version of Shiyu and Deadly Assault happens. Story though, that's like a 4-hour grind. Well, and I don't necessarily see much of a difference on the dailies on Reverse. When stories happen, I'm most likely doing the story. And then whenever anything else happens, I'll do it when I can. So I don't think we're any that different in Reverse, if I'm going to be honest. You just like the game way more than I do. We'll just put it that way. Yes, that source is kind of sus. Kind of like, trust me, bro, as a source. I mean, for the most part, if we are looking at the same source, they're fine. They're okay. They're okay. There are definitely way more other sources there that are worse. That will misinform you. This one is actually, it's fine. It's fine. It it correlates with what we need. And they do give us the right information, so it's fine. Well, I can't assume everyone know where Paris is. If I said Ulaanbaatar, then nobody would know which country I'm talking about. Oh, I wouldn't either. But if you say like Paris, 9 out of 10, yes, I'm gonna leave that doubt. That one person's not gonna know where Paris is, but 9 out of 10 people will know where Paris is what I'm saying. It's also Hoyo's civil war for a while between Genshin and HSR. Genshin could never, so to speak, but has that statement aged well? Maybe the game, but the community is a different story. maybe the game, but the community, out of all the Hoyo games, Genshin is the worst one, community wise. So, because what Wuwa streams have people, the Genshin community going in there saying all this stuff about Genshin. Not really Star Rail. Not really Zenless. Zenless is apparently, I don't know, best buds with Wuwa. And then Star Rail is just there. I don't know what the Civil War is about. If anything's just about the communities. It's just about the communities, so I don't care. I didn't do the Wuwa story for a bit because I was just really grinding Stella Sora and CZN. 2 new gotchas in 1 month. It's not easy, that's for sure. Fair. That is fair. But it's not really a surprise at the same time because you have procrastinated the story or left the story to wait for a few couple weeks before in the past. I can remember multiple times where you're like, I'm gonna do the story in the weekend, whether it was Zenless or Wuwa. And then you would come after the weekend and say like, I didn't do it, but I'll do it this weekend. Still didn't do it. It's all good. It's all good. Speaking of Panda, M6, that mother trucker. I don't feel happy about it. Shikatanai. Gonna have to use him at some point. Well, if you want to use two ruptures at the same time, as in the same node, for example, you're gonna have to use him with Ishwin, because Lucia is gonna go to Idari. I think that was the idea, pretty much. I think that was the idea. If if both of them will be used, obviously you're gonna have to use the panda for Ishwin. If not, then obviously you can use Lucia for either or. It's one of those, but it's fine. I think Lycon was recommended to be paired with Idari, so that was a pleasant surprise. I agree. But at the same time, if you think about it, maybe not. But I think, I don't know. I just feel like they trying to keep Lycon in a way relevant. Because obviously Lycon was most likely meant to be in Hugo's team when Hugo was released. And you can use Lycon for other team comps, obviously. Or the free-to-play team comps, but obviously you can. But then when with Yidihari, it's like, huh. But probably it's most likely because she's ice. It's the reason why Lycon was chosen. I would say obviously you can use like what trigger if need be, or I mean not even need be. You could use trigger. I think Fufu you can use, but I don't think it's like something about Fufu doesn't really make sense or work with Idari or the other way around. I don't remember what it was. So yeah, Lycon was the best option. I think you also use lighter. Just lighter. Um Now it's just Lucia that goes to both her team and the Burb team. If I can't use Lucia for the Burb team, then it's just Panda and Tofu. Pretty much. Pretty much. And then lighter story was pretty light. In comparison to others, yes. It pretty much was. Minus all the fighting, I guess. I guess. Pretty sure they call that boar dude Big Daddy. Was it? Well, I guess I won't technically be like all hee hee and ha ha about it because wasn't was it the Bioshock things called Big Daddies also? So I guess it is what it is. What is this Inari one you speak of? I don't think I have her. I have trained her in the past. But I guess I'll just go show her on the screen. She is right here. Or right there. That's all you need to. All you need to know, apparently. Or you could have Googled it in between the time you commented and now, but just in case, there you go. Just in case. Even if I do swipe, at the end of the day, it's just a difference of characters and W engines. Everything else can be perfectly done with free-to-plays. True. All I can say is that you get the quality results if you put quality effort in. I was pretty much saying the same thing. You just need to put the time in to the point where you can just be coasting with your account 90% of the time. As in, you put in that quality effort to your account, characters get built, no need to worry about things and all that. You're able to defeat all end game content events you're clearing here and whenever they update. Yeah, I say once your account is established, 90% of the time we're just chilling, waiting for things to reset every week technically, because Shield Defense and Deadly Assault exchanges every week. And then whatever events, honestly. So yeah, for the most part, that's just that's how it is for me, at least. How I see most gacha games, and why I most likely ended up playing more gacha games. It's because once the account's established, once you're updated to the game and just waiting for the next patch or whatever, it leaves you room for all the others. Is what it is. But yeah, you can be a whale and your account can be complete trash, as in because you don't know what the heck you're doing, or your approach with your account was, I only pull the characters I like, I only invest in these characters, and with that, maybe team compositions is total garbage. Seen people complain about their accounts, and then their team builds and all that. I've said it a lot in the past, and yeah. Long story short, they only cared about characters they like, or they only cared about pairing characters that they like, and they didn't want to pull for any other characters that they didn't want. And then every endgame content or whatever, they'll just be complaining because they didn't get to go pull for the new character. Just like Star Rail is like the biggest example of that. At least that's I only see it from Star Rail. Genshin's a whole different mess. Zenless, nothing really. Zenless has been, I don't know, pretty much alright. Alright with that, so. Well, when it comes to like the whole thing. Because I feel like all it really comes down to is you're actually playing in game. Then, so that's what I think. And then lastly from Nova, well, I finished the Threshold Simulation on hard. Took a good time to mold, but I beat one of 3 endings. Yeah, I'm just leaving out one of 3 endings also. I'm gonna leave it at that. When I realized that you had to battle the last boss all over again 2 more times, I'm like, I'm good. Oof. My assumption is you had to pretty much do the whole thing all over again, because I'm pretty sure the endings are based on whatever choices you pick along the way. That was my reason for not doing it. I don't mind the boss. It's fine. Had to improvise with Lucy and Nicole for some teams, but I think I just need to collect a bit more characters to have full synergy. Yeah, I did the same thing, except not Nicole. Lucy, yes, but not Nicole. So yeah, I mean, I knew you were going to be able to clear it, because, like I said, our accounts pretty similar. Pretty similar. So yeah, not surprised you were able to clear it. But yes, a bit more characters and shouldn't necessarily have that issue anymore. But maybe by the third season of Zenless or 3.x patches in a few months? Couple months? Few months? One of those. But other than that, thank you, Nova, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And lastly, our comments. Okay, not lastly, because I did just refresh and I did see Korn add a comment. So next comment, or I guess comments, because I did see that Eugen did comment on 2 other videos. Was it 2 other videos? Oh wait, no, Nova did comment. Nova, before I go over that, Nova did comment in the Zenless video and it said, "Oh, perfect timing. I need somewhere to try out Itari after getting her built. I still can't use Itari until I have Lycon built." That's me on the other hand. That is me on the other hand. But let me actually just double check if there's any more, because I may or may not have missed other comments, surprisingly. But let's see. Oh, those are the Eugen ones. Horn. Any other ones from the weekend? No, those are all Novas. There's Tanokis. Noki did comment once more in the Marzensky video before commenting in the Cap video. So it says Highlander and Island Scenario and no and Onsen are purely eval padding builds for the most part, though. It is what it is. But yeah, we can start going over Eugen's comments. With the Uma one, or actually, let's go with the other ones because they're shorter. So the other one is from the Yidhari banner. Nice getting Yidhari plus W engine is fair enough with those resources, but nice try for Jafufu. And now you get the swimsuit skin. I'm still far from the reward, still at 60. Well, it seems like you're averaging only 40 pulls per every time you pull, just based on every time you mentioned it. It's been 40 most of the time. You are missing out on pulls. I've said it already. I don't want to repeat myself again. And then pretty much same setup I used for this time for the Shield defense, except for Panda for Shifu and Astra for Vivian. By the time I know I've cleared all 7 stages, which it's been a while. Well, assuming you say the same. Because the first time you mentioned Shield defense, I was not aware you were in the easier version of Shield defense a long time ago when we were talking about it, but I'm glad that you're able to do it. Now it's just a matter of, will you be able to beat Shield defense consistently? And then since you can beat shield defense for the most part, now it has to translate towards deadly assault, and then clear those two consistently, then your account will be pretty much in a bare minimum where it's fine. Well, that's without considering threshold, because now with threshold there's like a whole different minimum, but I don't know, we'll see. And then to the Uma comment, which is the longest out of the three. With the upcoming support, especially the Mihono power, I expect some card to come or something similar, since the Mamo power came as well, which is really handy. But I did not expect that it would be Mihono Bourbon. I did say the Uma will show, but it's Wonder Acute instead, so close. Well, I haven't got review on it for now, but sadly, since I'm the runner guy, it's quite... I'm assuming you meant pique my interest. Not pick my interests. Given the new scenario and looking back on competition and skill release, feels like you must be at least average of 50 skills minimum, since some hard guys... What? Gone for 60 skills, and sure, having more skills increases chances for winning. I decided to finish on my pull, so after the last day of work, I let the guy who got me SSR friend card to do 120s. Well, he accidentally used one ticket along the way, so he used all the 78 tickets. For the 8 pieces ticket, pulled speed Teo appeared, and then I'm assuming Teo, and then the last 10 pull that ended up 208 pulls got another dupe of and 1 LB speed Teo. I thought the guaranteed SSR pity ticket includes stay gold, but my plan was shattered because I did not look properly, so most likely can do only 2 LB speed Teo. I guess I will use shards to MLB my stay gold guts. It's fine. In regards on deadly assault, like what you mentioned, that I could squeeze 2-star, I almost can do it, but the problem is that I'm not used to the boss movement since she is flying, and like I mentioned, I got hit 1 KO'd because I didn't know that I need to break the sword. I still need to learn the movement since I'm not familiar. That's pretty much how it is. That is pretty much how it is. If you want to beat the bosses, can't just go all gung-ho and expect things to go well, especially if you're aware that your builds are not proper. You could get away with it, but you gotta have your characters properly built as an offset, and at least some knowledge of the boss's attacks and all that. That way you can at least survive. But a deadly assault, pretty much if you get hit a lot, you're probably already looking at possibly some crucial time loss. I have updated my agents and still improving it bit by bit, but it will take longer as expected. More like posted monthly to see if there are changes. Well, it only will take longer depending on you. It's not on the game, it's not on anything else, but on you. Whenever you put time in the game is whenever you make progress in the game. Little to none. Doesn't matter. Progress is progress. But as long as you make that progress is all that matters. Although, what I will say, you can do it a little bit faster. It'll be a little bit better. But just do it at your own pace. Because you technically can't fall behind wherever you are. You just have to keep catching up regardless. The only reason why I want you to catch up as soon as possible is because I don't want you to get to the point where you're just playing the catch-up game If you can just chill around for a bit, then I would prefer that. So main reason why I say if you can speed it up a bit to speed it up, but if you can't, you can't. It is what it is. This weekend, as per news, I guess the news. A big storm was coming or passed through, but it feels like regular rain for me. Maybe I'm just not affected, I suppose, since I'm in the higher part of the urban areas. Possibly. Anyway, finally a long weekend for me, and we'll do more stuffs like the regular weekend since my leave was approved for Monday and Tuesday, so hopefully can do more in together with the sleeping schedule. Well, this is what I can say about the sleeping schedule. Extra days are nice to catch up on sleep and all that. But if you still go back to the same habits or the same usual routine you do after that, then everything will just end up being the same. And you'll just end up in the same routine. And then nothing will eventually change. So at least I learned that also recently. How I slowly was catching up on sleep, then I was slowly losing sleep again. It just became an endless loop, and I'm just pretty much feeling kind of. I think October messed me up. I think October messed me up with my sleeping schedule, because even though I didn't make it all up, obviously, but I tried to make up sleep to the point where my body doesn't feel like making me go back to sleep every time I wake up. Yeah, I want to get to the point where I just wake up and I'm like, all right, it's just another day. I've been waking up and it's just like, damn, I'm still tired. That's the kind of tired I don't like. But maybe with I guess the holidays coming up and all that, maybe I can actually fix my sleeping schedule with them. But as of right now, it's kind of just all over the place. But it's nothing new at the same time. Other than that, thank you, Eugen, for the comments. And lastly is comment? One comment. Let me just refresh again. One comment from Corn. And it says, yeah, this scenario is about to take a lot of trial and error. Looks like. Also, I'll be saving on the next banners. Fair enough. Yeah, this most scenarios take trial and error. Heck, sometimes I'll be a month in and I'll still be kind of doing some stuff I probably shouldn't be doing or picking the wrong choices. And then eventually, maybe eventually, either Tanoki, or at least in the past, it was either Tanoki, Nova, or Eugen would mention this or that to help a little bit with my run, and usually it does. So we'll just see what happens. We shall see what happens. But with that being said, that is all the comments from what I see here. Also, for those who are wondering about the global video, because the finals already did pass by, that's like I said on the last global video, I'll probably just add it in the training video for the first recorded training of global in the Alharu Cup. Yes, I already did train in the Alharu Cup, but in global, I already, we don't want to talk about it in JP side because obviously that's the global side I'm talking about. But yeah, I already played it. Honestly, still feels the same. So I'm just gonna go along with it. But you'll see where I placed in the Group B finals in the global side, I guess tomorrow. But with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys did make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys' weekend were. If you guys may or may not have figured out something about the scenario over the weekend, what you guys did over the weekend, and if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about or ask me, as long as appropriate, I'll go over it. Just leave it down in the comment section down below. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, the link is down in the description as well. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. To give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And after that, head over to the comment section or the circle request channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.